Hey, good evening, everybody. It's Craig Campbell from Pastor Craig's Cards, and just wanted to drop a little video tonight and share some cards. Had a little mail call today, and I wanted to give you a little story about some 1969 football cards. But first of all, again, my Preacher Row cards. Really happy with them. I look at this number one SGC one from '54, and I guess the only thing I can really see is right above the E and the A, there's a little bit of card loss. There's a little bit of just a slight pinhole. And that is the only thing I can see. It comes through the back. You can just barely see it in the green. Right about there. But otherwise, boy, it's just a really nice card. And I'm actually happier now that I have it and I look at it than when it was when I bought it, believe it or not. So just real happy with this. Again, this 52 Preacher Row. I've showed it a couple of videos, but it's the back. Somebody had glued it into a photo album or something. So the back brought that down to a 1. But other than that, boy, it's a sharp card. Just really happy with it. But part of mail call today is my Robin Yount collection. Getting a little bit closer on getting it all filled up. I've got these 75 tops, both in PSA 6, the regular and the mini. His rookie card, of course. And Robin Yount was one of my favorite guys. I remember going to see him when he was the kid, 1974, I believe it was, at County Stadium. We went to see a ball game. Robin was a rookie. It was really I think he started in 73, but 74 was his real first year. And so we went to see him, and I just remember my aunt and uncle got a kick out of the kid, Robin Yount. And he stayed with Milwaukee his whole career, and never won a World Series, but 3,000 hits. And he really, is kind of the face of the Brewer franchise. And so I got the 75 rookie regular and the mini card, both PSA 6. Really happy to have them. And this real nice 76 second year card. Also the PSA 6. It's got a little bit of stain on it. And I just picked this up the other day, a 77 PSA 7 card. I'm real happy to get that. Nice card. I always like the front there with him doing the bunt attempt. And then this nice 1978 PSA 9. And one of my favorite cards. I remember opening so many 1978 cards when they came out. I was, I think, going from 8th grade to 9th grade, 1978. And just ripped a lot of 78 cards. Probably one of my favorite designs of the 70s. 72 would be first, but then 78 would be second. I just got this in the mail today. A nice 1979 PSA 8. And just a real nice card. Really happy with it. Always like that smile. I've got a 79 in raw, but boy, it's really beat up. Some of my cards that I had from 45 years ago, they're not in the best of shape anymore. And then also I've got this 1980 PSA 8 of Yount. And it's hard to find some of the 81 2s graded at a fair price. A lot of them weren't great. I have a lot of them that are raw, and I've just really got to decide, should I send mine in to get graded, or is it better just to buy these graded on eBay or at a show? So I've got to make a decision on that. And then a couple other things I bought here last week. I got this nice Robin Roberts card. That scratch there right over his eye, that's actually on the holder. But nice Hall of Famer Robin Roberts, nice 56. It's worn a little bit, but there's no creases, and that's a big thing for me. Is I don't care for creases, but I got that really at a bargain price. And then same with this 54 Hoyt Wilhelm. I just got it at a really good price. Couldn't pass it up, and I'll probably send these in to get graded at SGC just to get them slabbed and protected. But picked up a couple of Hall of Famers, and then the 55 set is one of my favorite sets. And found a few of these nice commons in pretty good shape. You can see they're in really good shape. And so whenever I can find some nice 54 55 and 56 cards and commons that are in good shape like this. I usually try to get them, and I was actually happier with them in person than when I looked at them. This one here has just got a little bit of wear, but and off center, top to bottom, but just a real nice card. And again, just happy to always find these in good shape, and always looking for them. A lot of times you'll find them, they're pretty beat up. And, just a few more of them here. I saved that seller on eBay because his prices were really fair, and the condition again was really better than what I thought. This one here has got a little bit of a crease right there, and I actually think this was from a different seller, but I'll probably have to look for something else because I really don't like creases. But during my sermon on Sunday, excuse me, I talked about these 1969 football cards. And when I was learning to do multiplication, which is all memory, I struggled so bad. It was probably 1972 or 73. I was maybe going into third or fourth grade back then. Could not get multiplication table right at all. My mom and dad were so frustrated. But then they would take these 1969 football cards, and my dad would flip it over and say, "Craig, how many yards did Boyd Dowler catch that year?" And I'd say 668. How many catches did he have? 45. And the fact was that these cards meant so much to me. And I would sit there and stare at them all night long, sit on the couch. I was the youngest, no cable TV, obviously no internet back in the late 60s, early 70s. And these guys were like larger than life heroes. You'd only see them on Sunday or in a Sports Illustrated or a Sporting News or a sport magazine. But these football cards brought these guys to life. And I just remember studying them over and over. And most of the ones I have are in just really rough shape from all those nights of sifting through them and looking. And on eBay, I found a nice sale, some 1969 cards in pretty good shape. And so I bought them. And these are cards I used to have. I remember like this Billy Lothridge. I had so many of those. Jim Keyes was another one. And I would just look at these cards over and over and over. Tommy Nobis, great middle linebacker. I always remember Bill Munson. I loved that Lions logo. Bob Lilly, the great cowboy lineman. But whenever I see these 69 cards, I try to buy them because they mean a lot to me. There's so many memories. I can remember sitting on the couch with my mom and dad, my brother and sister, and just being mesmerized by these cards. And I don't really remember buying 1969 cards. I was 7 years old then. The first cards I really remember getting was the 1972 cards. And we moved from Missouri to Wisconsin in 1969. It's possible around my birthday in October that my parents bought me some packs of football cards. And I just don't really remember it. I would have been 7. But I know that I had a bunch of 1969 football cards. And my brother didn't collect. And so these cards had to have been something I got in late 69. But I just remember my parents being so frustrated. "Craig, what's 6 times 6? I don't know. How many yards did Boyd Dowler get? Or Elijah Pitts? Or how many yards did Bart Starr throw for?" I could rattle it off because they meant a lot to me. And those 69 football cards, they bring back a lot of memories. And all good memories because I just remember falling in love with the cards back then. And speaking of Robin Yount, and it was just a real joy when Hank Aaron came back to the Milwaukee Brewers to finish out his career. And I have a Hank Aaron card, 1975, and it was a Brewers PSA 6. And I was lucky enough to actually see Hank Aaron hit a home run for Milwaukee. And there's a 76 Aaron card. And that was really just a joy to go to Hank Aaron Day. And then there was a day that he did hit a home run. And I get to say I saw Hank hit one of his 755 in person. I don't remember which number it was, but I was happy to see that. And Chris and Mike, they're doing a baseball kind of a showdown, and this week is Brooks Robinson, and I love Brooks. I remember him, and this is my only graded Brooks Robinson card I have, 1969 PSA 7. Got a long ways to go to collect him, but I do have a few of raw cards, and this 75 Orioles, and that holder's yellow. This is probably, I would imagine this is a card from my originals that I had growing up. I probably got this out of a 75 pack, and that holder, I just dug it out of a box. It's yellow and faded and just looks terrible. And this would have been Brooks's last card, 77 tops. And always laughed at the back of it. The stat line is just so full. But what a great player. And 77 his last card. And I have two of these 74s, and look at the condition on them. I imagine these are probably two that I don't know, I must have bought them back in 74 and thumbed through them so many times. The corners are rounded, and this one here is in a little bit better shape, but this one here, that's definitely one that I was looking at in 1974, 1975. And this one here, this is a 61 Robinson. I don't know where I got this at. It could have been an early eBay purchase. I don't know. But nice 61 Brooks Robinson. I probably should send it into SGC to get it looked at. But kind of a long video tonight, but I just really wanted to share some of the things that are going on. And if you like the video, I'd really like for you to subscribe and leave a comment. I believe this is about my 7th or 8th video. I really enjoy doing it because it gets me to thinking about my cards, and it gets me to pulling cards out and looking at them, just like these 69 tops here. I haven't looked at them for quite a while, and but to get them back out and to look at them again. And, those Brooks Robinson cards have been in boxes for so long. And so if you like what you see, please subscribe. Leave a comment. A little bit of encouragement and some subscribers would go a long ways as I try to continue to add some content. And just remember, as Chris says, it's a hobby, but you collect what it is that you really want. My collection is kind of sporadic. I'm working on Hall of Famers right now, and I've got a bunch of football and basketball and baseball cards, but I sure do enjoy looking back at them. And it's not for any profit. I'm not in any business. I'm an actual collector. I buy cards to keep cards. I buy cards because I like the players. I like the design, and it's a little bit disheartening sometimes when you watch videos and you can tell right away the person is just looking to flip the cards, and I understand that you've got to make wise decisions. But for me, it's a hobby, and I collect cards that I like that I want to keep. And I just hope you enjoy your hobby and keep collecting. Have a good night.